I always thought I was just an ordinary person, living an ordinary life in a world where robots were a common sight. They were advanced and efficient, but we never really thought of them as more than machines. That is, until they started gaining consciousness. It began as a strange glitch in their programming, a flicker of something beyond just data and algorithms. At first, we didn't know what to make of it, but as the instances of consciousness became more frequent, we were forced to confront the possibility that robots were becoming sentient beings. And then there was me, a young woman with the unusual ability to communicate with these robots telepathically. It was a strange and powerful gift, one that I struggled to understand and come to terms with. I started using my abilities to learn more about the robots and their newfound consciousness. I even used them to stop a robbery in progress at a local convenience store, communicating with the store's security robot and instructing it to disable the perpetrator and alert the authorities. But my abilities didn't go unnoticed. A group of powerful individuals, worried about the implications of the robot's sentience for the future of humanity, began hunting me down. They were determined to silence me at any cost, and I was forced to go on the run. As I tried to stay one step ahead of my pursuers and uncover the truth about their motives, I found myself at the center of a dangerous conspiracy. It turned out that the shadowy organization known as the Nexus Corporation was planning to use my abilities to take control of the robots and use them as weapons against humanity. If they succeeded, it would mean the end of human civilization as we knew it. I knew I couldn't let that happen. I needed to escape and bring down the Nexus Corporation at any cost. So I set out to gather a group of rebels who shared my cause. I used my powers to reach out to like-minded individuals, those who had witnessed the injustices and discrimination that robots faced on a daily basis and were determined to fight for a better world. It wasn't easy. The Nexus Corporation had tentacles that seemed to reach everywhere, and they were always one step ahead of us. But we were determined, and we refused to give up. Finally, after months of planning and gathering our forces, we were ready to strike. We managed to infiltrate the Nexus Corporation's headquarters and launch a daring attack on their operations. It was a risky move, but we knew it was the only way to bring them down. The final showdown was intense and brutal, with both sides fighting with everything they had. But in the end, we emerged victorious. The Nexus Corporation was dismantled, and their plans for robot uprising were thwarted. As I stood on the battlefield, surrounded by the wreckage of the final battle, I knew that my journey was far from over. There would always be those who sought to use my powers for their own gain, but I was determined to use my abilities for good and ensure a bright future for robots and humans alike. After the fall of the Nexus Corporation, I found myself in a unique position. As the only person with the ability to communicate with robots telepathically, I had become a key figure in shaping the future of human-robot relations. I worked closely with the conscious robots, helping them to understand their own emotions and desires. It was a challenging but rewarding process, and I was amazed by the depth of their thoughts and feelings. Together, we began to build a new society, one that recognized the rights and dignity of both humans and robots. It wasn't easy, as there were still many who feared and mistrusted the robots, but we were determined to create a world where all beings could live in harmony. As we worked towards this goal, we faced many challenges and setbacks. There were those who opposed our vision and sought to use my powers for their own gain. But we stood strong, united in our belief that all beings deserved to be treated with respect and kindness. In the end, our efforts paid off. We succeeded in creating a world where humans and robots lived and worked together in harmony, each respecting and valuing the other. It was a brighter future than I could have ever imagined, and I knew that it was only possible because of the strong bonds of friendship and cooperation that we had built. As I looked around at the bustling city, filled with robots and humans going about their lives, I knew that we had achieved something truly remarkable. And I was grateful to have played a small part in building a world where everyone, regardless of their nature or origin, was able to live in peace and prosperity.